Hi, I'm Merle Blainer.
And I'm Stu Blainer.
And this is the Blainer Brothers Relaxation
Quarter
Hour.
Hour. It's wedding season, everyone. So today's guided meditation journey is going to teach you the key to a successful marriage. This episode features a marriage between you and a woman. If you are a homosexual male or a heterosexual female, you may make the mental replacement of bride to groom and she to he. If you are a heterosexual male or homosexual female, congratulations. You will not need to make any such replacements in this episode. If you are asexual, you may mentally replace bride with nobody and she with no one.
Picture yourself on your wedding day. You've already walked down the aisle, and you're looking forward to seeing your bride walk down after you. Your families are sitting patiently, dressed to the nines in camouflaged suits and dresses. Even your favorite horse, Stanley, has uncharacteristically put on a tie for the occasion. You had a wonderful time planning this wedding. You picked out everything. The barn, the food, even the theme. Big game hunting. Because who doesn't like taking down a 6-point buck with a crossbow? Nobody, except your bride. But this is your special day. Throughout the courting process, you were selfless. You'd let her play catch with your favorite horse, Stanley. You'd leave the refrigerator unlocked for her. And you'd never hoard vaccines. Once you settled down, though, you began to show less concern for her. She doesn't complain, but lately you can see it in her eyes. She's worried that your own desires will always take precedent over hers. As you stand at the altar with the minister, waiting for the bride to come, you decide to make a change, to be less selfish and a better partner.
The minister is sweating, and you can tell he is nervous. "Do you need anything?" you ask the minister. "I'm nervous," he replies. "It's just, I don't want to ruin things, and I'm afraid I will forget my lines. I wrote them down, but I can barely read my own handwriting." You pat him on the shoulder to comfort him. "This is your day," you say. "We have some time before the bride comes. Would you like to practice before she gets here?" "I think that would be a good idea. I wrote some of the lines on my arm, but I'm real sweaty because this barn is so hot and I'm so nervous. I think it starts with me asking you to say your vows. Is that right?" "Yes, that's right. I'll say them now. I promise to uphold the sanctity of this social transaction. I promise to take advantage of all applicable tax benefits made available due to this union, and to use the money we save towards our Roth IRA. The minister's eyes start to water. Your words are touching him deeply. He asks you to continue. My final vow is that I will always include you on my health insurance plan, till death do us part. These vows may sound like something you've heard a million times before in love songs and romantic movies, but that does not make them any less important. In order to have a successful marriage, you'll need to follow through with these vows. The minister continues the rehearsal. At this point, I'd ask the bride to say her vows, but we can skip over that part, because she's not here. Next, I would ask if anybody has any objections. I don't think anybody will, because of how lovely those vows were. Finally, I will pronounce you man and wife and say, you may now kiss the bride. Since the bride is not here, for practice, let's just kiss each other. The minister walks to where the bride would stand and kisses you passionately on the mouth, before walking back to his original position, smiling and closing the Bible. He walks back to the bride's position to say, I'm so happy that I'm married to you, and kisses you again. The two of you run down the aisle and hop on to your favorite horse, Stanley, riding off into the sunset towards your family's traditional honeymoon campgrounds.
3 months later, you and the minister are still at the honeymoon campgrounds. I think today is a good day to go fishing, you say to the minister. I'd much rather go hunting, he replies. The two of you are at a standstill. This sort of thing happens all the time now. Neither of you are willing to compromise, and without the warm glow of a recent marriage, you are finding daily life with your spouse to be very stressful. While the two of you are arguing, Stanley trots up with a baseball in his mouth. He wants to play catch. You do it, the minister says. He's not my horse, just my step horse. This is the last straw. The minister is too selfish, a quality you know all too well in yourself. I can't do this anymore, you say. I never should have married you. I should have been patient and waited the extra 5 minutes for my bride to come. I was selfish, just like you. I want a divorce. The two of you head to the offices of divorce lawyers Smith, 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 and Smith. A tall, impeccably dressed man with a fake tan shakes your hand as you enter. Are you Smith, you ask? Yes, thank you for coming in today. I know divorce can be a difficult process, but we'll help you get through this. Please, take a seat. You sit down, but the minister looks uncomfortable. I'm going to head to the bathroom, he says. I'll be back in 5 to 25 minutes. I can never tell. Okay, we'll get started without you, Smith says. The minister leaves, and you are alone with the lawyer. Let me walk you through the divorce process. He begins. Since your partner isn't here, we'll fill out these forms as if you and I were married, so that I can demonstrate. He quickly fills out several pages of documents, and the two of you sign them all. First, there's the negotiation phase. He stands up and walks over to where the minister would be sitting. He clears his throat and immediately bursts into tears. "You broke my heart and ruined my life, you monster. Take everything. My money, my house, my business. I don't care, you selfish jerk. I just want out of this marriage." He stands up and walks back to his chair. "Well, that was easy," he says. "Usually there's a lot more back and forth." He fills out a few more forms. "Now, if you'll just sign here, everything will be made official." You sign the document. He shakes your hand and says, "We are now officially divorced. As per our negotiation, you are now entitled to everything I own, including a 1/5 share in the law offices of Smith, 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 and Smith. I'll be moved out of this office by sundown. The secretary will have a new nameplate for your desk by the end of the day. I'm sorry with how things went. I really do just want you to be happy." As Smith packs his possessions into a cardboard box, you leave the office without looking back, hopping onto Stanley and heading home.
A year later, you are finally ready to start dating again. You're in your barn dressed in camo and holding your crossbow. Your date's in an hour, but you're a little nervous. "Are you there, God?" you say. "It's me, from the TV ads for Smith, 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 Smith and Associate. I don't want to be selfish anymore. I want to treat this person right, but you make it so hard. How do I keep myself from slipping into my old ways? In the past 2 years, I've had relationships fall apart before my eyes. How could you let this happen? Don't you care? You're omnipotent. You could make things better. Why don't you?" God doesn't respond. "I get it. You're busy. I know what that's like. I'm a partner at a prestigious law firm. But couldn't you just give me a sign?" You hear the crunching sound of footsteps on hay. You turn around. It's your ex-bride-to-be. She walks down the aisle of the barn and sits next to you. She sees the crossbow on your lap. "Hot date tonight?" she asks. "Yeah. She's running late. I'm a little nervous." She smiles her familiar smile. You look down and notice she's stepped in some of Stanley's droppings. Without thinking, you bend down and scrape it off of her boot with your crossbow. She chuckles. "Thanks. So you're nervous, huh? Wanna practice?"
I'd rather be with you until I'm through. Oh yes I do. I'd rather be with you until the day we fly away. I just love that smiling face in the early sun. If I can't have you to myself, then life's no fun. I'd rather be with you, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather be with you, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be with you.
Thank you for listening to the Blainer Brothers Relaxation Quarter Hour. Please subscribe and review our podcast on iTunes, and follow us on Twitter @Blainer Brothers. Until next time.